so far as his delivery. He doesn't have any rhythm whatsoever. And now Billy Connors is coming out to talk to him to settle him down. He's thrown 4 different pitches from 4 different angles. And none of them in the strike zone. That's right.
He's given up 2 hits, 2 walks, 1 run so far. But the Cardinals have runners at first and second and nobody out. No activity in the bullpen as yet. Left-hand batter is Dow Porter. The pitch. Low outside, ball 1. Runners at first and second, nobody out. Steve Trout getting set. The pitch. Drive foul into the left field corner. From the Grand Forks Air Force Base, Grand Forks, North Dakota. A ball and a strike. Steve Trout is ready. The pitch. A bouncing ball. Too slowly hit to get through to have to satisfy with 1. Porter rolls out, the runners advancing to second and third. Here's Cinderella now. Batting for the first time. Birthday greetings to Gilbert D-Wall from Lamp Post. From where? From the Lamp Post, wherever that is. Oh. Here's a pitch. Cinderella fouls it off to the right. 1 strike to nothing. Now, Whitey Herzog likes to use the squeeze, and Cinderella is looking down at the third base coach Hallinier. 1 strike to nothing. The pitch is on the way. Strike called over the outside corner. The leadoff man, Lonnie Smith, is due next. 2 strikes to nothing. Now the pitch, here it is. A bouncing ball, and it goes for a hit. The runner's there. With 0-2. His first major league hit. 2-1 Cubs. I wish they'd get somebody down warming up in the bullpen. This game's going to be out of reach. Well, you knew there was a little trouble when that Porter was not able to strike him out. The runners advancing on that ground out. But here, I don't think there's any excuse when you're out in front 0-2 with that pitcher, his first major league at bat. There's a high hopper that didn't go through to the outfield, but they couldn't make a play on it. It was fielded by Boehm behind Say, and he just had to hold on to the ball. The runner at second base held up, but the runner at third, came on in to score. Lonnie Smith hits a hot stop. Great hit. Here's another man scoring. Still nobody in the bullpen. Come on. Lonnie Smith singles sharply to left. And it's 3-1 now. Jody Davis goes out to talk to Trout. Now he missed the turn with a sore index finger, and quite obviously it's not fit yet. Because he's a mere shadow of the Trout, you know. Not throwing the ball hard at all. Here's Ozzie Smith. Runners first and second. Here's somebody trotting down to the bullpen now. He taps the foul. Rich Bordy's going to start getting ready. Ron Halsey trotting down to get him to warming up. The Cardinal fans here, Harry, chanting Ozzie, Ozzie, Ozzie. Remind me of the Cubs fans with their Joe Dean chant. Yeah. Ozzie Smith, the switch hitter. 3-1, the Cardinals are leading the pitch. A little bit low. And you always got to keep in mind when you're playing the Cardinals, if they got a lead in that 8th and 9th inning, school is out with Bruce Sutter coming in. 1 ball, 1 strike. Off speed outside. He's got nothing out there. Rich Bordy currently warming up now in the bullpen. Here's the pitch to Ozzie Smith. A bouncing ball hit foul down the third baseline. And the count is evened up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The count on Ozzie Smith is even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 on, 2 in. 3-1 in favor of the Cardinals. Ozzie called time. Down the pitch. Here it is. Line foul outside first base. He broke his bat on that one. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ozzie goes over for a new walk club. Marlon Collins brings a new supply of baseballs to Doug Harvey. Listen to the crowd. Applying the rosin to the handle of his new bat. The Redbirds trying to put this game beyond reach right here in the 2nd inning. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Ball 3. McGee is on deck. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Let's see if the runners will be going. Here they go. Ball 4. Six men have come to bat. 5 of them have reached base. With the bases loaded. And how do you get a double play with this guy's speed, huh? One hopper right back to the pitcher. Okay. The pitch into the dirt. Boy, this was hard to figure out. 1 ball, no strike. Just cannot get in a groove. The pitch. Line drive, that's going to clear the bases. 1 run is in. 2 runs are in. 3 runs are in. McGee racing for third with a triple. Now, here comes Jim Fry. The horse has already been stolen. A new pitcher will be coming in, Rich Bordy. We'll tell you more about him in a moment. Infield is in. The Cubs are they're trailing. Here's the pitch run on the ground ball. Here's the runner trying to score, and he will. Boa throws the first for the out.
I'll tell you, with McGee on first, you not only have to bring your infield in, they better come out in on the grass.
The ball wasn't in very hard, but as soon as it was hit, McGee broke to the plate. And Boa figured he could never get him, so fired over to first base. A run batted in for Hendrick, his second of the game. Now it's 7-1. Boy, the Cardinal ball club that looked so down has really come to life. Jumping all over Steve Trout. The 1 run in the first and 6 in the second before they finally took him out.
We're going to bail it out. We better score runs early in the ball game.
Here's Green out. He fouls it back. 2 strikes to nothing.
Harry, the Dodgers have taken a 2-0 lead at Atlanta. Valenzuela against Perez. One of the runs on Brock's 8th home run of the year, and the other one on young Franklin Stubbs' double. Bottom of the third is Atlanta.
Here's the ground ball hit to Sandberg. He's got it over to first. 9 men batted. 6 scored. 4 hits. 5 hits, Megan. 6 runs on 5 hits. No errors were charged. And nobody was left. So we go into the bottom of the second. The score, the Cardinals 7, the Cubs 1. Harry Caray back to Wrigley Field. The Cardinals scored 1 run on 1 hit in the first inning. Then got 6 runs on 4 hits in the second inning. So they made 5 hits account for 7 runs. That's what a couple of bases on balls and a lot of speed in between can do. Here's Say to lead it off. The Cubs have their own chance at a big inning in the first. But we're able to get only 1 run. The pitch. And Say takes it in for a strike off. Say batting .238. There's a little byplay going on between Doug Harvey and the Chicago Cubs bench. 0-2.
Well, the Cubs are upset. And some calls by Harvey, but they should be upset with the score 7-1.
Yeah, I think that's probably the biggest factor.
Absolutely.
Well, Harvey had nothing to do with that.
That's right.
Here's strike 3. A curveball. Say drops the bat at the plate. 1 out. Here's Larry Boa. 7-1. The Cardinals are leading. Ralph Citarella, who was struggling in the first inning, as things going his way now, he's got a big 6-run lead. 1 out, nobody on. Here's the pitch. Fastball is high, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Play Boa very shallow. There's a fastball at the knee, 2 balls and a strike. The Cubs need base runners, and they need them badly. Long way to go, however. Ball is wide, ball 3. Sandberg, 39th RBI of the year. Counter for the Cubs run. Here's a 3-1 pitch swung on by Boa. A little pop fly in a short center. And Willie McGee makes the catch. There's a fly ball. Left field. Matthews drifting back. Makes the catch. Flies to Matthews. On Monday, the Cubs at True Value Hardware will honor Illinois high school students for their outstanding achievement with a pregame ceremony. Salute the champions was instituted to recognize those Illinois students who best represent the high school according to their faculty and peers. Here's the strike call to Art Howe. Boy, it's too bad they didn't honor high school students when we were in school.
That's right. That's true, man.
It is too bad.
Well, they petted them.
You enjoyed watching it from the stand. Here's the pitch, and Howe takes it outside. Well, Pat Summerall will act as master of ceremonies during the pregame ceremony at True Value Hardware Monday. There's the pitch low. 2 balls and a strike. 1 out. 7-1 in favor of the Cardinals. What a disappointing inning for the Cubs, that is. Here's a ground ball to the shortstop. Boa's got it. Throws to first for the out. 2 up, 2 down. Here's Darrell Porter. The Cubs in their third will have the top of their batting order. Maybe they can get something going again. 2 men are out, nobody on. The pitch. Long, and he missed the low fastball. 1 strike to nothing. Richie Horton, a left-hander for the Cardinals tomorrow. Rick Sutcliffe, a right-hander for the Cubs. Here's the pitch. A breaking ball a little bit low, and that evens the count. The ball on the strike. 2 men are gone. Nobody on base. The pitch. Low fastball. 40, a tall, rangy right-hander, stands 6'5". Here's the pitch, a little bit low, ball 3. 3 balls and a strike. Now ready. The pitch. Well, he walked the ball forward. That'll bring up the pitcher, Ralph Cinderella, making his first major league start today. Steve Trout started today, walked 3 men, and all 3 scored on him, among others. Cinderella, the batter, takes the pitch in for a strike call. 1 strike to nothing. 2 men are gone, a runner at first base. 40 is ready. The pitch. Long, and he missed. He's in the hole 0-2. That's where he was in the second inning. Then he got an infield hit on Trout that drove in a run. Here's the pitch. High and inside. The outfield bunching the hitter towards center field, playing rather shallow. 2 the count. The pitch. Swung, and he struck him out. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 left. We go to the bottom of the third, 7-1 in favor of the Cardinals. Bottom of the third inning. Bobby Dernier started the ballgame with a single to left, stole second, and scored on Sandberg's single to left. That's how the Cubs got their run. Cinderella, after noticeably being nervous in the first inning, it's a perfect 1-2-3 secondary. Nobody on, nobody out. Here's the pitch. Fastball in there, beauty of strike calls. Dernier fakes the bunt. Brought on Howe, charging in. Final game of the series tomorrow afternoon. Here's the pitch. Strike 2 call. Again, he's starting up as if he were going to bunt. Thought the pitch was inside. Oh, and 2 the count. Cinderella delivers. Curveball low, ball 1. And the crowd derisively yelled strike. 1-2 the count. Here's the pitch on the way. Good curveball. Yeah. Here's Sandberg. Sandberg has had just a magnificent season. First pitch to him a little bit high. 1 ball, no strike. 7-1. Favor the Cardinals. There's a strike call. Sandberg is in among the leading hitters with a .321 average. He's 5th in slugging percentage. The pitch was a little bit low. Sandberg is 5th in runs scored and 3rd in total hits. There's a ground ball hitter from left field. Look at that stop by Ozzie Smith, but can't make a throw. Holy cow. It isn't only the carpet he's good on. He's just that more sensational on natural grass.
This is right. He's just sensational.
Here's Gary Matthews. He walked his first time up. Leon Durham on deck. Here's the pitch. Fastball high. Sandberg now has got 9 hits in his last 12 times at bat. He had 3 out of 5 yesterday, 4 out of 5 the day before, 2 out of 2 today. The pitch. Ground ball looks like a double play. Ozzie shot it over the second 1, over the first 2. Matthews rose into a double play. 79th of the year for the Redbirds. 6-4, 3 and out.
Foul down the left side. How much was that IOU? Well, it's going up every time the Cardinals get another run or hold on to that lead that they've got. No balls, 2 strikes. Ozzie Smith walked, scored twice. There's a liner fouled on the first base side. Kicked way down past the bullpen.
Moreland will chase it down. Still 2 strikes. They have sure put a damper on this crowd, haven't they? Well, it's the second Saturday in a row. Smith walked in the first, scored their first run, walked in the second, scored their 6th. Willie McGee had the biggest hit, of course, the 3-run triple. Foul back up above the press box. Still 0-2. Rick Sutcliffe will pitch tomorrow against Horton. Joaquin Andujar has been scratched. He will not pitch tomorrow for the Cardinals. A roller down the first base side, right to Durham. He'll take it himself. Steps on the bag, and it's 2 away. Here is Willie McGee with a 3-run triple. That was in the second inning, and that was the blow that knocked Trout out of the game. We have no way of knowing if Trout's hand was bothering him. We won't know probably till after the game or whatever it's reported. But if he was healthy, he wasn't very sharp. Willie McGee batting left-handed, and the first pitch in for a strike call. I know the Detroit Tiger fans have to be happy. Their ball club is now leading Milwaukee 4-0 at Detroit at the end of 2. After Gibson's home run, Howard Johnson hit a 3-run homer for the Tigers in the bottom of the second inning. Foul back out of play. Does he wear an orange cap all the time? But all Howard Johnsons have orange roofs? I thought they did now. Nice to the ground, through the hole, base hit as Boa just could not get there. And naturally with McGee batting left-handed, he wasn't figuring that ball to hit over that side that far towards the third base line. And McGee, having a good series, has 4 hits already. The difference in range between Boa and Ozzie Smith is emphasized here today, isn't it? Is there any difference between there's a bounce to the third, throws the second, force play, and the side is retired. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a man left. We're in the middle of the 4th, and the Cardinals lead 7-1. Busy, Dickie Knowles, right-hander throwing. Here's the pitch. And a strike called over the outside corner. Citarello, not overpowering stuff. His strong suit in his 9-0 record at Louisville was they felt he could pitch the spot. Line drive, right field, base hit. Hendrick over to keep it to going to the track. Whirls and throws, holds him to a single. Durham starts off the Cup 4th with a solid line drive single to right. Hit number 4 for the Cubs. And here is Moreland. Moreland was a key out in that first inning also. He had runners at first and third with 1 out, and he was not able to get the fly ball deep enough to get you another run. But then right after that, Davis's ball, Ozzie Smith just made a miraculous play. Citarello stretches, looks to first, delivers to Moreland. Swinging, line drive, left field, and it will be caught by Lonnie Smith. Fires it into Ozzie Smith, and it's 1 away. That ball was hit pretty well. Yes, it was. Pretty well hit balls here in a row.
Well, he got to start swinging and being aggressive, get some base hits, or knock 1 or 2 out of this ballpark to get back into this game.
Jody Davis, who was robbed of that hit and certainly an RBI in the first inning on that play we've been talking about by Ozzie Smith, will step in now that Porter's gone out to talk to the young right-hander Ralph Citarello. Not a youngster, 26, he's been around. Last year, after in 82 he'd had a fine year as a starter, they tried to convert him to a reliever and it didn't work. This year went back to starting, 9-0, obviously something different. That 9-0 elevated to the big club and pitching here today. Low inside to Jody. Up to been out hit, 6-4, outscored 7-1. Right now it's Jody Davis waiting on a 1-0 out of the stretch. Swinging. A drive. Way back into left center. It's up. It is caught right at the ivy. And the wind that turned around the batting practice just cost the Cubs 2 runs. I thought it was going to go into the basket regardless. But McGee with his back against the vines made that catch. It just missed the basket. Jody can't hit it any better. McGee knew he had to go back as far as he could. Felt the ivy, reached up, grabbed it, and it's 2 down, and here is Von Say. Say was called out on strikes the first time up. Cinderella stretching and delivering, swing and a miss on a breaking ball. Gerald Porter, who's only caught the youngster in 1 inning, said, I've never caught him long enough to really know what he has, except they told me that if I hold my mitt up, he can hit it. Bouncer, third. Great big hop. Powell throws on to Burt. Stay out. So are the Cubs. Leadoff single by Durham. Does not start it. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. We've played through 4 innings. Cardinals still have a 7-1 lead. As we go to the 5th inning, first baseman David Green, the 5-hitter on Whitey Herzog's card today, will be leading it off. Here's the pitch from Bordy, and it's a ball. Bordy, who was due to bat second in the next inning, 7-1. At Bordy ready again, here's the pitch. Swing and a foul. Look out. The new booth over there for the organist and the PA announcer. Good thing those windows are plastic. Here's the pitch. Breaking pitch missing, 2-1. We will have one of our winning license plate numbers. We'll read it for you here in a moment. The WGN Cup bumper sticker license plate. Swing and a miss. Give you a little hint. If you've got a license plate that begins with a B like in victory and G like in great, we'll give you the 4 numbers that go with it. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Right-hand batter waiting. Bordy kicks and fires. Breaking pitch down, and it's 3-2. Bordy's only given 1 hit since coming on in the 2nd inning. Trout pitched an inning and a third. Was rattled for 7 runs on 5 hits, but he was also wild. 3 walks, and they all scored. Fouled up to the right side. All right, if you have that license plate with a BG, here's the number that goes with those letters. 3839. Winning license plate number in our bumper sticker contest on WGN in Chicago, BG 3839. Remember to call the station. Let them know you heard about it. Pitch on the way. Swinging, hit him on the 5th, fouled him way out of play up to the right side. Remember, after our ball game on all of these same stations, Vinny will have the scores, if they have their action, and a look at tonight's card. Then in Chicago, the Jack Brickhouse special interviews, followed by Sports Central, down the screen, This Week in Baseball, big day. Bouncer up the middle of base hit. He's going to try for 2 because Denier ran by the ball. That'll be a single and an E8. Second hit off 40, hit number 7 for the Cardinals. So the leadoff batter is on in the Redbird 5th. Brings up Tommy Herr, who started the troublesome 6th inning second. Well, Denier finally broke it, huh? His first error. Here we are in our 68th game of the year, and Denier charged with his first error of the season. Swing and a foul down the right side. Herr 1 for 2. Just batting that second with a hit. He scored a run. A balk was called right after he got the hit. Second time up from third, Herb flied out to left field.
Milo got a note from the Fullers who listen into our broadcast from KCKY in Cooley. They're from Mesa, Illinois, hoping the Cubs start a winning streak.
Yeah, they do great work for us in spring training every year, don't they?
Yes, they do.
There's a high foul up to the left side. Strike two to Tommy Herr. Morty taking a little extra time as he waits for Herr to get back up in there. Now everybody's set again. Runner at second, David Green. Nobody out. And strike called over the outside corner. Second strikeout for Morty, third strikeout of a Redbird in the game, and brings up Art Howe, who received one of those walks but later came around to score. That was in the second inning. Art Howe, 0 for 1, has scored a run after the walk. Was a pinch hitter yesterday and failed. Veteran utility infielder, right-hand batter, pitch from Morty. High, way-making ball that just didn't bite for him. Toronto in front of Boston 4-0 in the third. Detroit out in front of Milwaukee 4-0 also in the third.
Keep an eye on Green. He has ideas of stealing third.
For a big guy, he can run. Takes a big lead, not moving as a bouncer toward third. Stay looks the runner back, fires on to first, and it's 2 away. So Howe out, third to first. Stay to Durham, and it brings up Darrell Porter. Well, looks like some of the folks from the network have come up to say hello. WAKO down in Lawrenceville, right across the border from Vincennes, Indiana. WAKO today and tomorrow has two busloads of Cubs fans up here now, hoping to see the Cubs win this series from the Birds. They celebrated their 25th anniversary last weekend. And I guess they had a big crowd at the picnic, didn't they?
Yes, and
Did they have the rating? A ball outside to Porter, who's bounced out and he's walked. 1 ball and no strikes. Porter, a .262 hitter as he stands in. Runner at second base, Green. Single and an error put him there. He stayed there as Herr struck out and Howe bounced out. Over the top with a breaking pitch. Missed with it. 2 balls, no strikes. Atlanta got 2 to tie the Dodgers. Montreal and New York are underway. Now they're going to put him on after falling behind 2-0 with the pitcher due up next. So it'll go as an intentional pass. This will be the second walk given up by Morty and the 5th walk to the Cardinals today. Throw down to second, thinking maybe Green might be a little nonchalant about an intentional pass being reeled up. Cinderella, first time up, hit an 0-2 pitch from Trout for an RBI single. And the pitch to Cinderella, swing and a miss. Two on, 1 strike on the hitter, and 2 away in the inning as the Cardinals bat in the 5th. Swing and a miss. Boy, you go back to that 0-2 hit he had in the first time up. That was also a big turning point. Instead of having 2 outs in the inning, Cinderella got it. Said, is this how they're doing it up here? Low outside a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. But he'll find out, and maybe yet today, that it isn't all this easy, won't he? 1-2. Pitch on the way. Swing and a foul. Rolls off to the right. And it's still 1-2. Detroit got another run. 5-0 Tigers over Milwaukee. Remember, we wrap up this series tomorrow. It will now be Sutcliffe against Horton. Pirates, who knocked off the Phillies. Strike call. Side retired. Third strikeout for Morty. Fourth strikeout of the Cardinal. So the error didn't hurt. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error, a walk. They leave a couple. We're in the middle of this one after 4.5 at Wrigley. St. Louis Cardinals, 7. Chicago Cubs, 1. Larry Boa, batting left-handed, flied to center in the second inning. And the pitch by Cinderella is low for a ball. Boa, and low inside. Well, what about it? Did you guys pass your dental exam today with those 650 dentists out here? None of them come up yet, so we're ready. Here's the 2-0. And the strike. Dr. Robert L. Kimbrough, the Chicago Dental Society president, presented 2 honorary bat persons today, a boy and a girl, before the game. Low, and it's 3-1. And as promised, he was brought up by our good friend Dr. Ed Monk, Park Ridge and Mount Prospect. Oh, that's a nice solid block, isn't it? 650. Strike, Boa taking all the way. Trying to get something started here one way or another. Here comes the payoff. A bouncer, second baseman got a charge, little flip, and he got him, and it's 1 away. Kerr came on fast, got rid of it in a hurry. Boa's down, and it's 1 away. That will bring up Jay Johnstone. Johnstone announced as the pinch hitter for Morty. Hitting 227. Jay's first appearance in the series. He's only batted once against the Cardinals this year. That's a strike. That is not entirely correct. He's been to bat twice, but got an intentional walk one time. Is 0 for 1 against them for the year. There's a line drive single into left center field. The patience to wait, to stay back and hit it right where it was pitched. That is hit number 5. Johnstone off the bench with the pinch hit. Now up to the top of the order with Ryne Sandberg, and Matthews. Ryne, in the first inning, singled, stole a base, and scored on a Sandberg single. In the third inning, he was called out in a strikeout situation, and he was really disgusted. Great little competitor, bobbed in air, the center fielder, waiting, and a strike called above the knees on the inside corner. Vital in that Atlanta Dodger game, the Dodgers have regained the lead in the top of the 6th inning. Bill Russell with a 3-run double. 5-2, Dodgers top of the 6th. All right, stretched by Cinderella. Here's the pitch. Butts it up the third base line. How in? He won't throw. He did the right thing. Boy, can that little guy do a lot of things, Lou. Beautifully placed front. Surprised everybody. The pitcher, the third baseman, Porter had no chance whatsoever. And Hal couldn't have shot him out with a rifle. All right, Ryne Sandberg. And they're going to have a little powwow. You got runners at first and second with 1 away. Johnstone's at second. Denier at first. Porter talking to Cinderella. And as they have that conference, Ryne Sandberg, who's 2 for 2 today, will be the hitter. 7 at bat. Drove in what to this moment is the only Cub run of the day. Crowd coming to life now. They haven't been in it for a while. Here's the pitch into the dirt. Rolls away from corner. He can't find it. 2 runners move up. Now you've got 2 runners that Sandberg can deliver. Wild pitch once it spun into that dirt. Porter just couldn't get enough on it to keep it from rolling away, and that's going to put their bullpen to work. Yep. Sandberg was added 10 points in 2 days to his batting average. A high breaking ball. Von Olin is going to go to work down there. By left-hander Von Olin. Dickie Knowles has completed his tosses in the Chicago bullpen. We will need a new pitcher. Let's hope it's a while because we got something going. You got to cash in, but before the pitcher can work, Sandberg steps out on him. And you've got your order up here. Sandberg, Matthews, Durham, Moreland, Davis. And the strike call. Must have warmed up a little down in those stands. Just saw his shirt go on. Pretty warm out there. Yeah. But the old built-in air conditioner's working here today. Swinging. Bouncer short. Throw to first. Out. Johnstone scores. 2 away in the inning. On the play, Denier moved over to third. Sandberg gets credit for a run batted in. He has now driven in both of the runs for the Cubs here today. And it brings up the start, Caray Matthews. Matthews is walked and grounded into a double play. 7-2, Cardinals. Cubs batting in the 5th. Wind-up pitch by Cinderella. High breaking pitch. A right-hander is now joined Van Olin. That is Allen. Neil Allen is working in the pen also for the Redbirds. Rookie right-hander glancing to third, now winding, pitch on the way to the plate, swinging a foul back. 1 ball, 1 strike. Matthews, 1 hit in 5 trips in the series, trying to get a clutch one here. Denier at third. Here's the 1-1. Too tight at the knees. 2 balls and a strike. Two and one. Johnstone as the pinch hitter delivered and scored the run. A bouncer, fast burn, fair ball. It is scored. Matthews headed for second. The throw to second. He's sliding with a double. RBI double for Matthews. Matthews gets his 10th double of the year. Now it is 7-3, and Porter once again is going out to talk to the young right-hander. 7 hits for the Cubs. They have tied the hit column. It was those walks by Klaus that now are making a big difference. Leon Durham is 1 for 2, had a base hit in the 4th inning. Second base, 2 down, 2 runs in. Durham could get the Cubs closer. Swing and a high fly ball into shallow left center. Lonnie Smith play to make, and he does, and the side has been retired. But Cubs did something we talked about when they came to bat. They had to start chipping away, and they did. They picked up a pair. Down out in Fairfield, Iowa today. A reunion of one of the great small college basketball teams back in the late 40s and early 50s. Ball inside from Knowles to Lonnie Smith. Here's the 1-0. Swinging at a fly ball to left field. Matthews is going to take charge, but Denier's going to call him off. And he's got the right of way out there, and he made the play. Denier covers all the ground that he can. When he's under the ball, he's going to take charge and catch it. And I'd rather see it that way. My old friend Ed Aaron thought it'd be a good idea to get all those folks together again. Former coach, athletic director Tib Young, Luke Lincoln. And I bet they're telling stories galore about the late Obie Nelson, who was a great coach. There's a ball outside. 2 balls and 1 strike to Ozzie Smith. Here's the pitch from Dickie Knowles. He bunts it up the third base side. They grab, throws, and knocks inside. And Gray did everything he possibly could, and when you consider how this fast Ozzie Smith is, boy, Gray made a heck of an effort. Yes, he did. Anybody else but Ozzie Smith or McGee or Green would have had an assist on the play. And it's hit number 8 for the Cardinals. Oh, and I'm talking with Knowles before he works to the next hitter, Willie McGee, who's had a big hit in this game, a triple that produced 3 runs in the second, and then in the fourth came up with a base hit. Smith's been all World Fairway, at least hit safely in 9 of his last 11 games. Batting left-handed. That's a little low inside a ball. Sixth inning with the Cardinals batting. Here's the pitch. Swing and a foul. And of course, we're back to that thing you talk about a lot, where when you fall behind and then do get some of the runs back, you just don't want to give them right back up again, because it's tough to keep trying to climb that mountain. Yeah, especially with a 7-3 score. And your big weapon, the home run, especially at home, isn't taken completely away from you, but it's going to be tough now. The wind has turned around completely since we got here this morning, hasn't it? Yes, it has. Center field flag is blowing right toward home plate. And the closer you get to that 7th, 8th, and 9th inning, the closer you're going to see Suter in that lineup. Working on the runner at first, don't get him. So Ozzie Smith on for the 3rd time today. They throw over there again, not close. Hendrick due up next. Knowles to the belt. Runner going. Ball got by. It was way inside, and Jody couldn't knock it down. That'll be a stolen base. Ozzie Smith with the thump. 19 for him. Two balls and 1 strike to Willie McGee. Cardinals with 7 runs on 8 hits. The Cubs 3 runs on 7 hits. Knowles, the 3rd Cubs pitcher of the afternoon, rookie Ralph. Taking a drive with the right. That ball is well hit. That's going to be Willie Smith gets the 2 runs back with 1 swing. It was 5 RBIs in the game. His 2nd home run. So Knowles, who was brought on to do a job, hasn't done it. Boy, I tell you, that pitch to me just looked like it didn't have anything on it. All right, a Cubs slam here would make Richie Hunter a winner at Wrigley Field, and as Frank Nursery and Kraft, $500 gets donated to the favorite charity of the Frank customer. Cardinals this year. Remember in St. Louis, the first trip he had a home run to beat them. He's 5 for 8 with a home run and 2 RBIs against Cardinal pitching this year. Now Ronnie, who we thought had gone down earlier, is indeed throwing in the Cardinal bullpen. 1 ball, no strikes, Richie Hebner. Left-hand batting way you can look back on this game, then? Yeah. If, not a if. If the man's and buttons, what's that old expression? I don't know, what is it? It winds up every day would be Christmas. 1 out, nobody on. The first time today, takes the fastball in the first strike call. Looking ahead to the bottom of the seventh will be Durham leading it off. 1 strike to nothing. The pitch is a fastball a little wide. Tim Stoddard had a little trouble in recent appearances. Now the pitch. High, top foul. Richie Hebner now plays third, coming over to the railing, and it's on a play. Say has left the ball game. He was hit by a pitch ball, but stayed in the contest, scoring a run, but now it's out, and Hebner has stayed in, playing third base. Hebner had come into the inning as a pinch hitter. 1 out, nobody on. Here's the pitch, a little high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The delivery. Did he go around? Yeah! Over your field, last strike is called out. He had tried to check his swing. But umpire Bob Davidson working at third when appealed to indicated that he had gone around. 2 up, 2 down. Here's Lonnie Smith. The pitch to him is a little bit inside and high. Lonnie has driven in a run. He's 1 out of 4 today. Now the stretch, the pitch. Good fastball at the knee, and Stoddard is throwing today like he did earlier in the air. 2 out, nobody on. The pitch is high. 2 balls and a strike. 9-8, the Cardinals are leading. Say was in on the right wrist. He's taken out. Here's the pitch. Swung, and he's fouled up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. He was hit on the right wrist, say he was. Taken out of the game for precautionary measure. So probably administering to that wrist, or else they're taking x-rays of it. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and pitch. Just missed with a slider. And the count is full of 3-2. 2 out, nobody on base, 7th inning. 9-8, the Cardinals are leading. Here's the pitch. Wow, he wants him, and here is Ozzie Smith. Willie McGee has driven in 5 runs today. Got a home run with a man on that he hit off Dickie Knowles in the 6th inning. Room so importantly now in the scheme of this ballgame, because that's the blow by virtue of which the Cardinals are ahead rather than behind. There's a throw to first, the runner back. Lonnie Smith has swiped 16 bases this year. Tim Stoddard getting ready. The pitch, there goes the runner. There's a tag, and he is safe. The ball goes into center field. Bernier doesn't make it. And simply, Lonnie Smith goes on to third. His 17th stolen base of the year. An air charge to Jody Davis for a bad throw. Well, now he needs to get this man out. Keep him from scoring. 2 men out, a runner at third. He not only stole second, but advanced to third on the wild throw. pitch off the stretch on the pitch to Ozzie. Great call to Beauty. And now he's ahead of him on the count. 0-2. Jim Stoddard is ready. Here's the pitch. Hey, gets him out. Very fine inside. No run. No hit. One error. One left. We go to the bottom of the seventh. Cardinals 9, Cubs 8. Let me hear ya. 0-1. 0-2. 0-3. Hey, me out to the ball. Me out to the crowd. Getting ready for the Cardinals. Here's the wind to pitch. Moreland takes a curveball into a strike call. Troy Durham's ball was hit so well, but it seemed to die. And Willie McGee caught it easily. Here's the pitch right in there, strike call. One man out. The Cubs have fought to within one run. Down the delivery by Neil Allen. feet at an earned run average of 1.19. This is his 28th game.
He has had one hit since he joined the Cubs from Cleveland. Coming along with Rick Sutcliffe, will pitch tomorrow, by the way. And George Frazier in the deal for Mel Hall and Joe Carter and the city on pitches Don Schultz and Sal Bank. Here's a pitch and he takes the strike. Sutter with that quick pitches here. The Cubs trailing by a run. Cardinals once led 7-1. Now the stretch, the pitch on the way. A high hopper that'll end the inning. Tommy has it steps on the bag to retire the side. So Sutter got his man. No runs, no hits, no errors. One left. At the upper 7 it remains. Cardinals 9, Cubs 8. Boudreau slide Harry Caray back at Wrigley Field, 3-9. I think we've given it to you earlier today.
It ain't mine.
Here's a pitch of fastball high. One ball, no strike.
One ball, one strike.
Cardinals are leading 9-8. The ball game in the top of the 8th inning. The pitch. High, pop foul out of play. They have ball. Willie McGee, 1 ball, 2 strikes. WGN Cup bumper sticker promotion is underway. Already we've had one winner to the Olympics. Here's a pitch high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the winning license plate number today is BG 3839. I hope you have it. George Frazier getting ready. 40 and no Monterey are here, pulling for the Cubs. The pitch to McGee. Bouncing ball. Sandberg down and fires. Just in time. Holy cow.
Boy, Sandberg couldn't take a step or a breath. As soon as he caught that ball, he had to get rid of it.
What a jackrabbit he is. Besides that, he had a triple with the bases loaded in the second. And homered off Knowles and the man under the 6th. 1 out, nobody on. Here's George Hendrick. Looking ahead to the bottom of the 8th. The Cubs will have the lower end of their batting order. And here's the pitch. Right call to Hendrick. With all the excitement, all the action today, only 1 home run has been hit by Willie McGee. And that's been the big blow. Here's a curve a little bit outside.
Don't forget, gentlemen, we still have Hebner batting in that 9th spot.
That's right.
If Bowen can get on.
A ball and a strike. 1 away. 8th inning, the pitch. Oh, can he miss? George Hendrick had a cut. They're in the 8th.
The last time Doug Harvey worked behind the plate when George Frazier was pitching was when Frazier was with the Yankees in the World Series.
1 and 2, here it is. Hey, struck him on swinging. Frazier goes down swinging. 2 men are gone.
Wouldn't that be a nice combination the way beat this year?
Yeah. So Hendrick having struck out. George Frazier now ready to face David Green. How do you come up with those?
That's memory. He's got a great memory.
Remember that? That's big trivia.
Frazier questioned him on one call. Harvey said something to him. You know what it was? He said the pitch missed by 3/8 of an inch.
1 ball, no strikes. 2 men are out. Oh, so close. And yet, something. We got 6 outs left, good Jim. 1 ball, no strikes, a pitch. There's a smash right at Sandberg. Nice play. Oh, so close from the out. Sandberg made a backhanded pickup of a low line drive hit like a bummer. 1, 2, 3, nothing across. You almost feel the momentum having turned right, the bunt. The first pitch and he missed was strike one. Bruce Sutter pitching off the stretch. There's a little dribbler down to the first baseman. Sutter covering the bag. And they get him. On three, the Sutter eats the out. Let me tell you, Bowen gave it all he had, and Sutter did the same thing and just beat him by a step. Here's Richie Hebner. He won a ball game for the Cubs. While Sutter with the ninth inning home run in St. Louis earlier this year. Richie Hebner has a pitch hitter. He's single driving in the run in that big 5-run sixth inning. And then 3 home runs in on Sutter. The pitch. Hit, and he missed. And that's what Hebner had in mind. Bobby Dernier on deck. He's had 3 hits. Sandberg has had 3 hits. Long, and he fouled it off, and he's in a hole 0-2. And Sutter looks as effective as he ever did. That pitch he is just falls out of sight. 1 out, 0-2 the count. Richie Hebner, the batter. Now the delivery. Here it is. Low. That's that split finger fastball. Let me tell you, Hebner is taking all the advantage he can. He's up in front of that batter's box. There's a pitch outside. Ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. It almost looks as if when he slides, his right foot is out of the batter's box. He's that close up into the front end of that batter's box. Now the stretch, the 2-2 pitch. Here it is. And that's an easy rolling ball. Hearns got it over the first for the out. 2 up, 2 down. And that'll bring up Bobby Dernier. That pitch was acts a little bit like a forkball, doesn't it? Exactly. Forkball and a knuckleball. It'll break down very sharply. Dernier, they hit it. I was just going to say about the only difference I guess between that and the forkball, he was throwing a little faster than a forkball. Now the pitch, moving inside. We're sure to go through Dernier, Sandberg, Matthews, and Durham before this game is over. 2 men out, nobody on. The pitch inside, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Get him on. Ryne Sandberg on deck. Bottom of the 8th. Cardinals are leading 9-8. Now the pitch, here it is. Long, and he missed. Well, it looked like a bad pitch, too. 2-0. Yeah. 2 balls and a strike. I wonder if they have a big sign on this one. I don't know. 2 balls and a strike. There's a strike runner by that time. And now the count evens up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 out, nobody on. Bruce Sutter delivers. Left his ball. And he's still alive up there. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 out. 9-8. The Cardinals are leading. Willie McGee has driven in 5 of those 9 runs. And the last 2 are the difference right now. Hit a homer with a man on in the 6th. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Ground ball right to the third baseman, Dan's fly. Close the first to the out. 1, 2, 3, and a 1 pitch. High. 2 balls and a strike. Final game of the series tomorrow, and Rick Sutcliffe will pitch for the Cubs. 2 balls and a strike. The pitch to Tommy Herr. Way to the right center field, a base hit. Greer cutting him off. And Herr is on at first base. Here's Tito Landrum. The captain of the game. Play left field. Landrum hitting .288. No homers and no... 1-2 is the count. The pitch is on the way. Here it is. Slider outside, even it up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Tommy Herr gets a pretty good lead over there. The pitch to Landrum. Here it is. Struck him out. A breaking ball, and Landrum is caught out on strike. There's Darrell Porter, the catcher. Larry Bowe and George Frazier talking, takes over out there. Now Bowe trots back to his position at short. The pitch. Swings, and he fouls it back. Boy, he had a good cut at that. Magnificent afternoon. And what an exciting ball game. And it's not over yet. 1 on, 1 out. They throw to first. Tommy Herr gets back. Now the signal. And Frazier steps back off the rubber. Boy, Sandberg is 10 out of his last 14 times at bat. He'll be leading off the bottom of the 9th. Here's the pitch. A little bit low. And that evens it up. A ball and a strike. 1 out, 1 on. Jack Buck and Mike Shannon in the booth next to us. They throw to first. It's close. But he just barely got back. Frazier with a good move. One ball, 1 strike. Dangerous hitter up there. High, pop foul, coming over. Hefner, but don't play unless the wind blows it back, and it doesn't. 1-2 ahead on the count. The Cardinals got 1 in the first. The Cubs came back to tie it. Cardinals got 6 in the second, knocking out Steve Trout, and led 7-1. Then 7-3. Then 9-3. Then the Cubs came up with 5 in the 6th, and now it's 9-8. 1-2 the count. Darrell Porter waiting. Tommy Herr lead. And Frazier, as Porter steps out of the batter's box, gets off the rubber. Bright sunshine. Now the pitch. Here it is. Outside, ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That's about as far as he wants to go, and a dangerous left-hand hitter. Andy Van Slyke is on deck. Go to first. Safe. Almost had him leaning the wrong way. Twice manager Whitey dog has flip-flopped his batting order. Here's the pitch. Ball 3. They do that by bringing 2 men in at the same time, which enables one to replace one spot in the batting order and the other one the other. So you can change your batting order easily that way. The runner will be going on the 3-2 pitch. Darrell Porter digging in. There they throw over there, and Herr is back. 3 balls, 2 strikes. George Frazier ready. Here's a throw to first. Again he's back. Frazier's been so conscious of Tommy Herr it might have had an effect on his control. He's down to 3-2. Big lead by Herr. There he goes. The pitch swung on. A bouncing ball. Sandberg got it. Over to first of the out. But now that gives him a man in scoring position. As Andy Van Slyke comes up. He struck out, called in the 7th.
You have Suter coming up next, so they're not going to pitch to Van Slyke, I don't believe.
Yeah, they're going to walk him intentionally to get to Bruce Suter. Suter has been the bat only 5 times, struck out 2 of those 5 times. He's 0 for 5. The Cubs are playing it right down to the hill now. And Suter will be batting with 2 on and 2 out.
This is only ball 2, Harry. He was not in the box when Frazier threw the first pitch.
Well, we know that the eventuality becomes reality at the end of 4 pitches.
If he keeps the ball way outside.
Yeah. And Detroit has continued its winning ways. They knocked off Milwaukee 5-1. Milt Wilcox gets his 8th win of the year for the Tigers. Here's Suter. And Jody Davis out talking to George Frazier. But Toronto also looks like a big winner at Boston today. The White Sox play a night game in Minnesota. Yeah, they should have Tom Seaver going tonight. The Mets are still leading 1-0. Here's the pitch to Suter swing. The bouncy ball, foul. Got around very late on the pitch. 1 strike and nothing. San Francisco beat Houston, Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, the National League. Kansas City and California, White Sox and Minnesota in the American League night game. Here's the pitch to Suter, strike 2 ball. 2 strikes and nothing. Runners at first and second, the outfield playing very shallow. Here's the pitch. A little bit outside at the belt. 1-2 the count.
Now Suter is ready. Here's the pitch. A little tap. Sandberg got it. Over to first to the out. A retired aside. No run. 1 hit. No errors. 2 left. It's do or die for the Cubs as we go into the bottom of the 9th. The score, St. Louis 9. The Cubs 8. Caray back at Wrigley Field. Here's Ryne Sandberg to lead it off. First pitch low, ball 1. Boy, the ovation the crowd gave the Cubs as they trotted into the dugout at the end of
in the top half of the inning was something to hear. Here's the pitch. Strike call, and the count evens up with a ball to the strike. That was a high strike, and Sandberg can't believe it. He is talking to Doug Harvey. He thought the pitch was high. No ball and a strike. Sandberg hitting .327 now. The pitch. There it goes! Way back! It might be! It could be! It is! Holy cow! The game is tied! The game is tied! Ryne Sandberg did it! Listen to the crowd! because he's in the hole 0-2. Alice Green Show follows baseball here on WGN Radio Chicago.
Caray back in Wrigley Field. This crowd is still roaring. But I tell you, as much as it hurts the team you want to see win, it gives me goosebumps watching the plays under pressure that Ozzie Smith continues to make. You're absolutely right. As I said, he's the best I've seen in baseball. He can move. He's off balance. He tripped before, if you recall, early in the first inning and still makes the play. Jody is the champ. Suter does not have any wild pitches. They're going to put him on. They're going to walk Jody Davis. He's worn them out. Jody Davis being intentionally passed. And so Gary Woods is going to be the hitter. Coming up second. Runners will be at first and third. The game is tied. Ozzie Smith saved the game. He saved 2 runs at least in the first inning, and he just saved the winning run here in the 9th inning. All right, now it's up to Gary Woods. Larry Boa is talking to him. Harry, this is the second man this season that Suter has given an intentional walk to. You very seldom see him give an intentional walk. All right, it's Gary Woods. Gary Matthews, the runner at third. Now, Woods has been known to lay the ball down, too, you know. The stretch. Right in there, a beauty of strike ball. They're overshifted to left field. Aaron's standing near second base. The pitch. Low and outside. I almost got that wild pitch I was praying for a moment ago. And I'm praying for a broken bat single. I'd like to see a little dribbler in the right field. Yeah. What about a wild pitch? Yeah, that's what Harry wants. 1-1 pitch. That's where he was trying to hit it to right field. He didn't have a good swing. He's just merely trying to make contact because the outfielders are playing very deep. So it's 1-2 now. Gary Woods is batting far. George Frazier. Gary's hitting .333 for the year. He's in the hole here. 1-2. Here's the pitch. Reed Smith, another great play. He plays everybody in the hole and moves a mile to his left. But the Cubs have tied it up. 1 run. 2 hits. No errors. 2 left. At the end of 9. It's evened up at 9. Well, 2 of the leading favors in the National League are pitted against each other in a situation now where neither man can get a save. Lee Smith is in there now for the Cubs. And of course, Bruce Sutter has given up the tying run, and there's no way he can get that 17th save that he otherwise would have had. If it comes down to a victory or a defeat, as we go to the 10th, is Ozzie Smith, who has been the most remarkable defensive shortstop again today, worth the price of admission. Talking about the save for Smith and Suter. Oddly enough, with all those saves, Suter still has a losing record in wins and defeats. He has won 2. He has lost 3. Well, Smith has the same. He's won 3 and lost 4. Yeah, right. So that's something? That really is. Here's the pitch by Lee Smith. High pop fly. Gary Matthews chasing it. And will he have it? Oh, did he?
goodness.
Oh, he wanted to make that catch.
He tried to make the catch. He leaped. But he would have been out of the field of play anyway.
Well, if he'd have caught the ball here, he'd have counted.
Yeah. I saw the third base umpire, Bob Davis, to make a motion with his hands, though, as if to say it was out of play.
It popped right out of his glove, or maybe Matthews hit one of the spectators.
At any rate, Ozzie Smith is in the hole 0-2. Lee Smith gets ready. Into the windup he goes. The pitch on the way. A high pop foul out of play. They play Ozzie way around towards left. They give him all the right field. Here's the pitch on the way. Drive on into left field with 0-2, a base hit.
Looks like he just was going that way, wasn't he?
Yeah. And now they have the go-ahead one on, and here's Willie McGee. When he sacrifices, even if he stands square around so that everybody can see he's going to bunt, he still can beat it out for a hit. That's how fast he is. So let's see. Ozzie Smith swiped his 19th base earlier in the game. Runner at first base represents the go-ahead run. The pitch. There goes the runner. There's the tag. Save for the stolen base. Throw was in the dirt.
And I thought Jody had trouble getting rid of the ball.
His 20th stolen base of the year is second of the day. And now their go-ahead run is to second base with nobody out. One strike and nothing. Hal Lanier, the third base coach. The pitch. Line drive in the left field. Gary Mathis reaches a base hit. The go-ahead run is in. A double for McGee. His sixth run batted in today. The first two men up against Lee Smith. Gets solid line drive base hit. Boy.
Well, two of the best relievers in the business, and both have given up key runs here today.
Here's George Hendricks. You never can get those two straight or three straight great relief appearances. The pitch. Bravo hits the shot. Boa does not throw to third. Throws to first. For the out. However, McGee now at third base with one away.
I got to ask you, Booth, you think he had a play on the runner going? I would have taken a shot at him, absolutely. For one run down, I don't want to give him two. No.
He let the speed of Willie McGee intimidate him. The ball was hit right at Boa. It was hit in front of McGee. Larry elected to take the play at first base. Willie McGee becomes the first Cardinal player, and he's been a cycle since Luke Rock hit May 20. Willie McGee, by hitting with a cycle today, became the first Cardinal to do so since Luke Rock did it in 1975. McGee has had a single, double, triple, and a homer, and has driven in 6 runs.
You know something, there's been so much going on here today, I didn't even realize when he got that double.
That gave him the cycle. Yeah. Here's Steve Brown, the pinch hitter, batting for David Green. Brown, a very capable pinch hitter. Hitting .239 for the year. He's 6 out of 28 as a pinch hitter. The Cubs, after fighting so valiantly to catch up. Now trail again.
Got to save that run for next year.
The pitch on the way. Strike call on the outside corner. Ozzie Smith, who has saved the game all day long with his glove and arm, has scored the run here in the 10th, leading off the inning with a base hit after falling behind on the count 0-2. There's a play at the plate. Nope, they're not going to make a play at the plate. Durham steals the ball and decides against throwing to the plate. Tag drawn for an easy out.
This is another reason why I would have made a attempt to get him at third. He's so fast. That's twice he scored with the infield drawn in and a ground ball to one of the infielders. That's how fast McGee is and a great base runner along with his great hitting.
So now they have a 2-run lead. And here's Tommy Herr. And Lee Smith, who was so brilliant in relief yesterday, in an inning and 2/3, that's 5 outs. He fanned 4 of the 5 outs. Today, the first 2 men get extra base hits.
Well, if anybody that leaves this ballpark today that paid and says I didn't get my money's worth, I'd like to meet him.
11-9 now. In favor of the Cardinals. Here's the pitch high. One thing about looking around, you say that, Lou, there hasn't been a soul leaving the ballpark.
That's right.
And the game is almost 3.5 hours old. 1-1 pitch. There's a high drive, and the right field will be caught to retire the stop. But 2 runs, 2 hits. No errors, nobody left. We go to the bottom of the 10th. Here's Larry Bowen to lead it off in the bottom of the 10th. The first pitch a little bit low and outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Cardinals leading by 2. Here's Suter's pitch. Strike over the outside corner, evening it up. Flores, nothing out of 3 today. Nobody on, nobody out. The pitch. Foul ball, easy out. Second baseman up throwing. One away. Here's Richie Hebner. One in. Real tight ball game. 20 runs have been scored, 25 hits have been made, and 2 errors between these clubs.
And some great defensive play for that shortstop for the Cardinals.
Oh, terrific. A great day by Ryne Sandberg.
Yes.
And Bobby Dernier, the Cubs' famous daily double. Here's the pitch into the dirt. That evens it up. A ball and a strike. If Hebner can get on there, we have the top of the batting order coming up again. Inside, ball 2. The pitch. Foul ball. That's going to be easy. Lugan. Jorgensen playing first base now. Is Bobby Dernier. Suter will have prevailed, although giving up the tie run. And Smith will have failed, coming into a tie situation.
pitch and holds it right over the plate for him. He's got to get on base to get that tying run to the plate. 2 balls, no strikes. The pitch. Ball 3 is low. 3 balls, no strikes. Ryne Sandberg on deck. The delivery. Strike call. First fastball he thrown all day. If I were the Cardinals, I think I'd throw to near another one. 3 balls and a strike. Here it is. He did throw him another one. And the count is 4-3-2 now. Red hot Ryne Sandberg hoping to come up again. He's next. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Ball 4. He walked him. And here comes Sandberg. Push into the crowd. And I was just thinking here of the difference between a 1-run lead that the Cards have and a 2-run lead that they are enjoying. You're near being on with a 1-run lead. Sooner on the hill, a corner behind the plate. But very likely Steele would be in scoring position. Absolutely. Yeah. Well, that's where age sometimes hurts you, and quick reflexes on slow balls. First pitch to Sandberg is low, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 out, a runner at first. 11-9 in favor of the Cardinals. The pitch. Strike from the outside corner. They give Sandberg the entire right field section. Now to stretch the pitch. Hey! Way back! Might be out of here! He did it! He did it again! The game is tied! Holy cow! How about that? Everybody's gone bananas. Holy cow! What would the odds be? Like Arnie Harris would say, what would the odds be if I told you that twice Sandberg would hit home runs off Route Center? Here now is Caray, man. Come on, you guys. Oh, the crowd is moved. Wild. Pitch. Ground ball to the shortstop. Almost took a bat off. Gonna go into the 11th. 2 runs. 1 hit. No errors. Nobody left. Ryne Sandberg did it again. This is still a tie ball game now. At the end of 10. 11 and 11. One ball, no strikes. The stretch. There goes the runner. Swing and miss. The throw bounces all right here. Here comes Ceremonies on at third. The winning run to third base. With nobody out. A stolen base and a bad throw by Porter. Holy cow. Boy, that turned this game right around. Or was it ever a bad throw? Now, let's see how Whitey has. He's going to walk Moreland. Well, he'll walk 2 men now. Yeah. And that'll bring him up to Gary Wood. They'll walk Moreland, and then they'll also walk Jody Davis. I'm sure that's the way it's going to be. What a ball game. Hey, was that 23-21 game against the Phillies any more exciting?
No, there's no way it could have been. It was exciting.
batting. There were so many crazy things that happened in that one. But this, too, is one of those so memorable games. You just never can forget one like this. Well, the performance of Sandberg, 4 in a row, would figure to hit 2 home runs. One man hit 2 home runs against Suter. It seemed to me, Lou, we were down 7-0 in that ball game with Philadelphia.
I believe so.
Well, Joey Davis in the process of also being walked. Looks like Dave Owen is going to be the hitter. He's the last position player that we have left. Everybody else has been used. And here comes Whitey Herzog out again. It's the first time he's been out since Lottie has been in. So he's got... Rainey is working in the bullpen for the Cubs. And the Redbirds have flocked around their little skipper. Dave Owens will be the pinch hitter. For Lee Smith. Owen is hitting 304, but only 133 left-handed. I think this is the 6th man we've had in the batting order in that slot. They've used 7 pitches, and they have used 5. Dave Owen, the pinch hitter. Bases loaded, nobody out. Outfield in. The pitch. Fouls it out of play. Wiley swung at the first pitch. Good cut at it. Boy, now you want a Baltimore chop. Yep. Got a fast runner at third base. It's Leon Durham. The pitch. Low and inside. All right. That evens it up, a ball and a strike. 11-11 tie. The Cardinals and the Cubs. The pitch to Dave Owen. Base hit!